I'm wondering what you make of this conversation we've had for about 2 weeks now on this matter that was raised by the minority in Parliament. The minority says it was raised on their behalf by Reverend Ntim Fodjour'S about some 2 aircraft that landed in Ghana. What do you make of this whole brouhaha?
So now you remember that somebody's lying again. When he spoke, did he say he was speaking on behalf of the minority? Were the minority not accused that why have they left him alone? And as a result of saving face, they went and issued some crazy write-up last week, where 30 people in minorities said he did not involve them. But what is the case here? So now, you guys have been in this media, God knows how many years. When it comes to the country Ghana, and we as Ghanaians, are we virgins when it comes to cocaine? Don't we have cocaine turned into powder in this country before? Don't we have sitting member of parliament arrested with cocaine in the U.S.? Don't we have a lady from Ghana arrested in UK with cocaine? Don't we have certain people, when you mention their names in this country, cocaine and chieftaincy issues is what comes to mind? Has NACOP not banned cocaine in this country? When President Mahama was accused of the Airbus and the case went to Ex-Nib, President Mahama was investigated. When somebody gave him a fault and one of the brothers in the country took offense, he investigated President Mahama. So who is the target of this matter? Even if the president is your target, please be educated and stop ignorant that if you mention the president, he will be investigated by the BNI or the NIB. So stop wasting the time of everybody. So now, if this MP has said he has information, he would have solved all these problems. But he said he has intelligence. Intelligence means that whatever information you have analyzed it, you have researched into it, you have searched into it, you have investigated it, you have examined it, and the conclusion is what you call intelligence. Because I am an intelligence officer, and we take offense when we see all manner of people using the word intelligence. And once you use intelligence, and the president asks the BNI and the police and NACOP and the National Security Coordinator to investigate, as part of the investigation, you have to sit in front of them. We also know that in Parliament, it's only the Defense and Intelligence Committee that swear an oath. And he's a member. There are 2 things he could have done. When he raised the matter in Parliament, Minister of Interior, by the Act 1030, is the Minister of Interior who will come to Parliament to answer this question. If he decides to raise it at the committee level, then he can get the IGP, Director BNI, National Security Coordinator, Director Immigration, Director NACOP to go there and explain what the issue is. That is even when what he's saying is true. Because then ask yourself, even our father and our uncle, Kandapa, who was a minister, how many times did he go to Parliament about national security issues? The only time we saw him in the media was when he was warning the justices that the way justices is happening and the way you guys are giving this judgment, you are likely to create coup d'etat and insecurity matters for us in this country. Because why? I lead a team called Democracy and Governance Risks. We have assessed that politics has been classified as a threat against the state. And political actors, by their actions and inactions, can destabilize the state. That is why these guys don't speak anyhow in the general public. There's no way the Director BNI is going to hold a press conference. There's no way the National Security Coordinator is going to hold a press conference. And of course, Fodjour'S knows that when these people finish all the work they do related to the claim he made, it will end up at the doorsteps of the Attorney General. When I was in the BNI recruits some of the best lawyers, and they go to court and win cases. It was one of those lawyers that established the Financial Intelligence Center. He's called Mr. Samuel S. Thompson. 3 of those lawyers was the one who turned the SFO into Yoko, just that they didn't establish statute for themselves, so people don't know. In that regard, when he asked for the investigation and the president alluded to that and they finished their work, it will go to the Attorney General because the Attorney General is the number 1 prosecutor in this country and the number 1 law enforcement officer in this country. So now this is where we are. Even before the investigation starts, you go to his wall. He's insinuating, he's instigating, he's moving from one radio to another, saying all manner of things. They will ask you to prove, and that is the last but one stage where we are.
The demand for him to prove.
Definitely, because you see, what Speaker did in Parliament, you know the trouble in this country, and people are saying why the Chief Justice must go. You know the Speaker said that this whole thing about people want to serve parliamentarians and and they are not getting them. Let's create a convergence criteria for ourselves, which is convenient. Come and serve them on Monday. Then he went to court and the whole wahala matter in this country. The speaker also says that because of the nature of parliamentarians and by what is in the constitution, if you want to question them in relation to any issue by law enforcement, I'll create a space for you and give it to them and question them. What the speakers did was not the law. It's a protocol practice, a convenience leverage he had with the law enforcement. So if you hear any parliamentarian telling you this, you should just know that they are nonsense people. They don't understand it. It's the usual politics they are talking about. What the speaker did, he did not say that when you question a politician and you charge them when they commit a crime, you should leave them there. And what the speaker did do not mean that parliamentarians are not criminals or they will never commit a crime. And when they commit a crime, they will be arrested without a prior warning to the speaker. And the speaker is aware. So this whole thing about nonsense in the airways and say you have to write to the speaker and the speaker, it is not that here or there. It is not that. It is not the law. And the speaker did not say that. Give me this country for 1 year. I'll give it back to you people.
Interesting. So you are suggesting that what happened at his residence, there was nothing untoward that was done?
No, it is the way the media reported it, okay. Because most of you in the media are my brothers and sisters. Sometimes I find it difficult speaking this way. Today, here we are. One crazy journalist who sits in some corner give a headline, and nobody is checking. Everybody is running with it. All journalists are running. When the boys from the National Security Secretariat entered Addison's house with a warrant, journalists say they don't know the difference between a search and a raid, and that was the story. I can tell you for a fact, if the BNI is looking for you, they will serve notice and they will give you an invite. Notice and invite can be done in person or they can be done in any other means possible, which is appropriate. But if the police or the BNI have decided to arrest you, and arrest is what is on the table as an option, and they enter your premises, unless something dramatic happens or unless Jesus Christ comes down, you'll be arrested. No matter who you are, you'll be arrested. I'm telling you the truth.
I see.
I'm telling you the truth. All seriousness, you'll be arrested. So what you saw in his house, this is a national security intelligence operation involving all the other agencies, for which the NIB was part, police was part, military was part, and the boys from the National Security Secretariat were part. That's what happened. But that notwithstanding, he will appear before the BNI people. If he doesn't appear, they will pick him up. NACOP, the guy at NACOP, Chung Berima, he's a police officer, he's a lawyer, he's a politician. Once he begins to speak the way he's speaking, that he will be arrested. I warn him that the path is on and the target, he has to be careful, otherwise they will arrest him. So it's either he appear or they will make sure he appears someday or somewhere, or he will be arrested. That is where we are.
The minority insists. In fact, many of them are now speaking in his defense now. They are saying that he's a whistleblower. He was just drawing the attention of security agents and government to something that he believes should be investigated. Why would you be going after him to arrest him?
Okay,
what is his crime?
That is ignorance and that is foolishness at the highest level. We as investigators, you know what we do, Senna, all over the world. If you, Senna, bring us a job, the investigation starts with you. These are things they don't tell people. So today, Senna knows that Richard KUMADOE is that private investigation. When you bring me a job, the job actually starts with you, Senna, who bring me the job. And in this case, he made an allegation. The president letter alluded to the allegation. Check the president letter. He wrote allegation in it. And I was saying that the president should have left it there. But the president gave it too much importance by saying that he should collaborate with the security agencies. And that is why he feels that he's on top. And without him, investigation cannot be done. They don't need you at all. They only need you when they feel they need you. And number two, this is the way it works. When it comes to some of these investigations and the way they are done, informant, today is a whistleblower, I call him the informant MP. When whistleblowers and informants give information for investigation, number one, they don't dictate the deadline of the investigation. Number two, they don't direct the methodology of the investigation. Number three, they don't say things in that regard. Then you are not an informant, you are not a whistleblower, you are part of the crime scene. Let me give you this example. Could it not be possible in terms of possibilities? Can it be possible that you are part of those you said they brought the cocaine here, and because they cut you loose, you are complaining through being an informant publicly?
So
These are questions that BNI will ask, even if what you are saying is true. So when it comes to investigation, they are specialized way of doing it. We are well-trained officers. See, he doesn't know, and many of them follow him do not know anything. I just see them as ignorant people. See, there are things done best standard. They are sanctioning regimes. The searching officers, the arresting officers knows that the job they do, there are high levels of accountability and responsibility, and they are sanctioning regimes. So the NIB or the BNI, they work above partisanship, and that's the only institution you have doing that. If you destroy it, your democracy will be doomed.
I see. So, for you, and like you said, your advice to him was that he should go to the BNI himself, the NIB himself.
You see, when he comes to notice that NIB is looking for you, whether the notice comes publicly or privately, the best you can do in your best interest is to walk there and say, hey guys, I understand you are looking for me. Let's have a discussion. Who is looking for me? If you don't do that, and you move to the stage where you will be arrested, and arrest is on the table, one hot afternoon, you'll be picked up. And unless Jesus Christ come down, or unless something dramatic happens, I'm telling you the truth. I have 28 years experience in this area. There are things in this country, we are only 3 who can do it. So I'm not speaking like a novice. And that is why people all over the world will come and consult. Because we have done it before. Unless they don't want to arrest you. And that one they will tell you, we are here to arrest you, we will not arrest you, do A, B, C, D. But once arrest is on the table, unless Jesus Christ come down, you will be picked up.
Because then they don't have the New Patriotic Party to contend with. They dared the NIB to arrest him. The minority leader says that except they go to speaker.
Senator, you know me already. My political views are not good. So normally I don't get into those views. But let me give you this example. Do you know there was a man, a distinguished man called Chachichikata who was arrested in church?
Yes, I recall vividly.
There was a distinguished man who was an auditor general called Prempre. He was arrested at the Rich Church. Rich Church is not where small people go. Have you heard that a president's cousin visited one of the security agencies and they wanted to take his phone? He refused. He was arrested and they called the president to tell him your cousin has been arrested. And this cousin is a prominent figure in this country. There are things we will leave it and die with it, just like my uncle Kojotikata died with some of the things. So we'll leave it for the gods.
Mr. KUMADOE, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you, sir. God bless you guys.
Yeah. His advice to Reverend Ntim Fodjour'S is simple. Please, go to the NIB yourself, report yourself. Because if NIB wants to arrest